when people are reading the potential of what they can do, the results sound great. What they don't see is the work that goes into getting those results. And if you take 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different work ethics that you're paired up with. And the coach can give the best advice. You're Rocky. You're in the ring. You're fighting. Mickey can only do so much. Mickey can't jump in and punch Apollo for you.
After you started working with Jason, how long do you think it took you to get to a point where you're like, to the best of my wishes, it turns out that this thing is actually working here?
I suppose if I say last week, that won't be believable.
Yeah, I was going to say that date is yet to still be determined.
Welcome to Stronger You Radio with Mike Dola. Join Mike and friends as they discuss issues to keep you healthy, fit, and on track to create a stronger you. Let's listen in now.
What's up, Stronger You fam? Welcome back to another edition of Stronger You Radio. You know, you guys are probably getting a little bit used to this by now, but you probably recognize I am not Mike Dola. I am Tanner Baze, and I am back here hosting an awesome episode in which we're highlighting one of our very special members, Sammy Trask. And the cool thing about this is it's not just me talking to Sammy, or it's not just Mike talking to Sammy. We're actually getting an inside-out view, and we're going to get to talk to Sammy and her coach, Jason Falcon, about what her process was like, what her transformation has been like, and how her life is different since she found Stronger You. You know, this is a really cool moment because not since season 1, episode 12, it was way back in March of 2018, have we been able to talk to a member and their coach that helped guide them along. Back then, we got to talk to Billy Dutton and his coach, Jason Falcon, who is on here today as well. And that was actually the most popular podcast we've ever done. So this is a cool callback to be able to feature both a member and a coach together, and something we're really excited about doing. So Jason, what's up, man? I guess I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and you and Sammy's time working together?
Hey guys. Yeah. I think it's my second time on here. We did the podcast with Billy, so it's always a treat to be on this bad boy. Thanks for having us. Just like I did with Billy, you know, I'm the lucky one here. I have like a little bit of a part in this thing, but Sammy, who you'll hear a lot from today, was the one really driving the progress. She's the Rocky, and I'm Mickey in my little beanie over in the corner. She's the one out there doing the work. But you know, I'm in my over 3 years now with Stronger You, and I've been very lucky to get paired up with some people that just start this thing and really take hold of it and use it to the absolute far above average, you know, of what the normal person can do here. But like we always preach, you know, time and consistency, doing the right things and finding something that truly works for someone. It's amazing what can happen. Something we'll get in with Sammy that I hope she elaborates on a little bit is kind of just how past things have gone. And we're getting into a phase with her now where I think she still has a little bit of doubt, and maybe, you know, past experiences with successfully losing maybe didn't always go so well on the back end, but you know, whether she's accepting it or not, I think she's kind of seeing, hey, these changes are sticking around this time. So it'll be good to hear more of that perspective from her. But yeah, I'm excited to do this today. I'm excited for everyone to get to hear Sammy's story. And I think she's got a great one to tell. She's very humble. She doesn't think she has a great one to tell. And so what I told her is, it feels ordinary for you because you're the one living it, but look around and you can see it's not a very ordinary set of circumstances that you've, you know, basically created for yourself.
Sammy, he's totally calling you out here.
I know.
It's what I do.
Lay it on us. Can you tell us a little bit about your time before Stronger You, how you found us, and kind of what this process has been like for you in working with Jason here?
Well, I'm older. I'm 57 years old. And I have honestly fought my weight all of my life. I have tried every diet that has been out there for the past, I want to say, 45 years. I have done liquid protein. I've done Atkins. I've done the Scarsdale diet, if you can imagine. And if you do them right, you can lose weight on anything. And I'm always a hard worker. I work real hard. If I find something, I don't like having a weight problem. And I am always struggling with my weight. And gosh, this latest one that I did, I did the keto diet. I lost over 100 pounds in 9 months. And I was already putting the weight back on within about 15 minutes, I would say. And it made me awfully sad, awfully bothered. But I am willing to work hard. If somebody tells me what to do, I will do it, and I'll work hard. And my latest deal a year or so ago, I had found another diet, and it was, it obviously worked for the people that I was watching. And you have to sprinkle some stuff on your carbs about 10 minutes before you eat them. And then you take 3 pills here and take a sip of that. And I'm not kidding. And for the first time ever, it just didn't work. I mean, by that time, I had broken my body. I have fought my weight. I've tried so many things that my metabolism is messed up. I'm broken. I am morbidly obese. I can't, it's done. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, my neighbor and honestly 2 of my children, one was pregnant and one was nursing, and they're all 3 doing this diet where they're, you're not going to believe this, but those guys were eating like fruit.
No.
They did. I saw it happen. I swear I did. And I'm like, you guys can't do that. You're not going to lose weight. And they're like, okay, Ma, we'll just. So she jumped right into action, gave me Mike's email. And Mike, he must have seen me coming because he responded to my email within about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I told him that I'm not a good candidate. My body's broken. It's not going to work well. I've done everything. It just doesn't work anymore. All those things doesn't work. And Mike, he must be really good at reading people because he knew I was a bit skittish, and I can only imagine his conversation with Jason when he said, man, we got a live one here, but she's pretty skittish. You got to go in easy here because she's gonna run. She'll leave in a minute. And so that's when I met Jason, and Mike had me on the program he responded to my email within, half a day, which was great because I would have bolted by that time. And honestly, I hate to be a hater, but I went into this thing set to prove to my coach that it does not work. And Jason was willing to take that on for whatever reason. And he just was so relaxed. And every time I would say, dude, he'd be like, no, trust the process. Trust. That's our buzzword between the 2 of us. I trust so much, Jason. Admit it. Don't I trust better now?
Yeah. And it's a funny thing because I don't think in my however long I've been here now, I don't think I've ever once said, trust the process. I think I always say, trust yourself and trust the data. I don't think you should blindly trust, and you're living proof that you never blindly trust anything because even still, we're still going back and forth every week. But what you've learned to do is trust the trending, trust the data, and trust your work ethic that you keep talking about. I mean, there's a lot of people doing this. We have a lot of coaches now. We have a lot of new clients coming on board. When people are reading the potential of what they can do, the results sound great. What they don't see is the work that goes into getting those results. And if you take 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different work ethics that you're paired up with. And the coach can give the best advice, the best knowledge, okay, you've got this coming up. This is what you should do. I've got the easy part. You're Rocky. You're in the ring. You're fighting. Mickey can only do so much. Mickey can't jump in and punch Apollo for you. But, so that's on you. And I've seen your trust grow, even though there's a little pushback here and there. And if I increase your, say we go up 60 calories in a week, go, oh my God, all that. And I say, yeah, Sammy, we're good for it. There's a little bit of healthy, I think, maybe some healthy skepticism still, but you're proving yourself week over week over week. You don't have to trust the process. You can prove what's worked, so dang well for you to date, and you just keep running with it.
Yeah, that's a good point, and so I would actually love to know, Sammy, how long did it take you, after you signed up and started working with Jason, how long do you think it took you to get to a point where you're like, damn it, to the best of my wishes, it turns out that this thing is actually working here?
I suppose if I say last week, that won't be believable.
Yeah, I was going to say that date is yet to still be determined. She's still blowing her mind week to week. It's almost funny because it's almost like, and I don't know if this sounds completely outlandish or if Sammy would agree, but I almost liken her to someone playing a video game. Like she's got this avatar in the video game and she's watching it from the third person. And of course I'm reviewing her data and we're talking, in the middle of the week and she's giving me these updates, but it's almost like it's almost like, it's this other party that's doing this and they're having all this success. But here's why I don't think it's going to keep working. And another week goes by, she kicks butt all over again, whether she's leaning down or working back up like she is now. I mean, it's not just the weight and body changes. Well, it is the body changes, right? So she's sending me these progress pictures and she's going, all right, the food's done its job. The weight has come off. I've lost all this weight. I just wish I could get some shape to my body. And she's sending me these progress pictures that if she told me I went to, 5 hour-and-a-half CrossFit workouts this week, I believe that was the byproduct of those workouts because she looks like amazing. She hasn't just, lost fat and not to get back to what she was saying about keto, but there's a lot of different schools of thought and whether or not there's the best diet. There's a lot of different ways where you can just drop body weight, right? But the end result of what your body composition looks like is going to look a little bit differently, if you weren't paying each macronutrient the attention it deserves. So you have some of these diets where people lose weight and they just kind of don't really have a good shape to them. They've just sort of lost weight, probably dumped a bunch of muscle. Well, Sammy, I don't know what she did in another lifetime, but she's got this really not muscular. She looks very, very healthy and strong for a woman that claims to not have a real set workout plan. So as she's lost this weight, it's if she posted her pictures up today and said, like I said, I go to CrossFit 5 times a week for an hour and a half, people would absolutely believe her. So she has not really, I don't think any of us love our bodies as they continue to change. You can hear from your coach all the time, love your body is the only one you've got. Keep working on it, but embrace what you've got. So I don't know that she loves what she's working with still. Like a lot of us, kind of are forever grappling with that. But for the work she's done in a short amount of time, she's, not just changed her weight, but the whole shape. Her body has just responded incredibly well.
Sammy, does that process Jason kind of described just now, does that sound familiar at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I can't believe that I really thought this and also that I'm going to share this. But the first time I took those back pictures that I sent him at the end of a full year, I sent him a picture of my back. And I don't know what my back looks like because I'm normal. I can't see my back. And I took those pictures and my first thought was, dang, I want to be that chick. And honestly, I'm looking at them thinking I can't even remember what I sent you, Jason, but I said, man, I don't know what happened here. It must be a good shirt or it must be a good something because I just don't know. Mm-hmm. It was pretty amazing. Honestly, this sounds a little dorky, and Jason, I'm giving you probably too much credit here, but sometimes
I'll take it.
Okay. I kind of think of Jason as being a bit like Michelangelo. Okay. I know. Now listen here. Listen. Michelangelo always said that he did not create sculptures. All he did was chip away the part that wasn't that sculpture, and that's what was left underneath. And honestly, I feel like, strangely enough, what Jason did was help me to chip away all of that stuff out there. And honest to goodness, look what I found underneath it there. I am still absolutely amazed. Sometimes when I'm walking through the house or walking someplace, I'll glance at myself in a mirror and I'll just smile and I'll be like, oh my gosh, wow. Because I still can't imagine that was really there.
I think that's so cool to hear, though. I think it really never gets old to hear that, like, the view of ourselves that we have can just drastically change in one single moment. Whether it be like a bolt of lightning that comes down and it's like a realization that, holy hell, we're no longer that person anymore, or it's a picture or something like that you see, like, that's really powerful and that's impactful, and it's just cool to hear that you've gotten to experience that. So I'd really love to know this too, Sammy. Like, how long have you been at this? I mean, you've been at this for a good while now, right?
I started this program at the beginning of June last year. I had one full year, and then right now, Jason, he keeps adding food back, and I keep trying to stop him, and he keeps and right now, I guess we're where we're going to be, but and I'm still eating more, and I'm like, it's not going to work now, man. Better slow down.
Granted, you're at home, like, 98% of the time in Sammy's groove. What is your weight doing as we're adding more, out of curiosity?
All right. This last week, I stayed home, and again, I did not go to my CrossFit workouts, but my average weight was down about 2 pounds.
How about that?
I know, it's weirding me out too. I can't, I still can't believe it. And I argue with them every time I send the thing. I'm like, well, I don't know what happened this time. Let's not just count on this.
It was a fluke. Yeah, it was just like the last 60 weeks of, this one was a fluke too, Jason. Don't trust the data.
Every time I say that.
Really, Sammy, how weird is that for you to like, you're adding food in right now, like you're adding food in, but the scale is continually moving down. Is that is that a weird thing to wrap your head around?
This is the biggest mind-blowing part of this entire program. Like I said, I'm a hard worker. I've found programs in the past. I've taken pills. I've done whatever I have to do. I've done it and I've lost weight. And I've always, always, always put it back on. The one part in every single diet that I've ever done that I've ever failed at is beginning to the sustainability, going back to a normal life and eating more and maintaining my weight. This is the part that I've never, ever, ever had success with before. And it is blowing my mind. I can't even give you words for what's happening here. You had a podcast the other day and I'm so sorry, I can't remember his name. I think it was Derek.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
About
maintenance.
Oh my gosh. And honestly, if you had said my name every other paragraph, I would have believed it because it was all me. It was all, well, some people do this and some people believe this and some foolish people will even do that. And I'm like, dude, that is me.
But it's cool, it really is. Like it's, we all know, and you can certainly attest to it. And I know Jason can echo this, maintenance is just a weird thing to go through. It's a really, really strange experience.
It absolutely is. The cool thing about Sammy is, of course she wanted to lose, a good bit of weight. She wanted to look better. She wanted to feel better. She wanted to move better, but it was never, our first conversation wasn't, I've gained X amount of pounds over the last 50 years and I need to take it off in 3 months. Mm-hmm. It was, here's my history. Here's what's gone really well in the past. Here's what has never gone well in the past. Here's what I want to do this time. And there was always this slight tone to it. Like, you can try to prove me wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this isn't going to work for me. So then it was like, all right, we got a challenge laid down now. Now I'm going to show her, this absolutely is going to work and it's going to stay working. So it's like, then I had to follow through for her and make it work. So this maintenance phase that we're talking about is the phase that I know probably every coach on this staff would agree. It's the most crucial phase and it absolutely carries the most value. But because not as many people are willing to play the long game, I feel like it's the most missed out on phase. A lot of people come to us and they want to lose X amount of pounds by X day. And we try to tell them, okay, let's focus on the process goals, not so much the outcome goals, so that, you stay doing the right things. And so they're just chasing this number. And then they go through, 3 months or 6 months or even a year. And they go, okay, coach, thanks for the help signing off. I've dropped 50 pounds. Wish me luck. And it's like, whoa. No. I don't want to wish you luck. Like, give yourself the benefit of developing the tools like Sam is doing right now to where you never have to wonder about a yo-yo on the back end because you're learning the tools to keep things going the right way. And so I don't think Sammy ever said in the early weeks, like, I'm in this for the long haul. But the question she was asking, like, I love to josh her and give her a hard time. But the question she was asking told me that she was truly invested in it. She cared to learn it the right way. It wasn't just a 12-week challenge that she was doing because she bet a buddy $20. She was here for the right reasons. And I could tell she was in it for the long haul. And when you give a coach that's at least halfway decent at their job a good amount of time to work with so that time and consistency can do their thing, and you pair it with someone that's got like an incredible work ethic like Sammy, then the results are pretty awesome. And I think the coach ends up looking a little bit better at their job than maybe they actually are.
Oh, dude, you're so right about that. Like, I will 100% attest to the fact that I think in just about every case, it's like members like Sammy that make us look really awesome at our job, because people don't get that 99.9% of the real work that has to get done is work that's done on Sammy's end. You and I sit back and look at an email or a text and we're like, oh, this is it. This is how I help. I think that just speaks to like the incredible power of like really buying into something like this, you know, and Sammy can attest to that.
Well, on my end of the program, you guys absolutely do not know how exciting it is to finally find some truth, a program that is actually, let's say, scientifically based, and it's not, oh my gosh, just a month ago, my mom was telling me that there's a lady trying to get her to buy into a program because the potatoes we grow in our country no longer are nutritious because we've depleted our soil. So we have to buy a different, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I come back to this group and I listen to your people, to your coaches, and your coaches are so generous with their knowledge. Every one of them will get on there and share things. And it is so exciting to see all of these tools and all of this information that now I'm allowed to use. I can work as hard as I want to, and I've worked in the past, but now I have something that works. And when I'm working, I'm not just going nowhere. I am actually going places because this program, seriously, it works. It's the truth. And I can't thank you guys enough for it. I'm so excited about this. I wish I could just shout it from on top of the mountain that this right here, guys, this is what works. If you want to work, if you want to put the work in, it's going to work for you.
Talk to me about this, Sammy. Then, you know, you've been at this for a year. You've clearly seen some incredible things happen, and your entire approach to this sounds like, you know, it has taken a total flip on its head. So, like, in your just day-to-day life now, how different is like how you live your life, and how different is your headspace and how you approach the world compared to where you were at, let's say, a year ago?
I think that one of the biggest things here is journaling and awareness. And right now, I know that you guys are like, some people are on there saying, well, I no longer track all of my food because I've got a real intuitive. Honestly, for me, if I am aware of it, and yes, Jason can talk to you about the carrot cake incident, but if I'm aware of what I do, it's okay. It was carrot cake, and it was a lot of carrot cake, but it was still written there. And anymore, I'm like, well, this is a choice. I'm going to choose to do that, and I'm going to accept the consequences. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to be truthful when I try to figure out what it did. And things are no longer, for the most part, Jason, for the most part, they're not accidentally happening to me anymore. Right now, when I walk around, when I go and do things, when I make my choices, I know what's going to happen. I know what I'm choosing, and I know why that's going to happen. It's just so exciting. Also, in my day-to-day life here, I am choosing so many more things that don't involve food. I'm pretty solitary in the summer. I live on a ranch. I'm out here. I'm kind of a hermit. I don't see many people during the day, and honestly, it's glorious. But out here...
Sounds familiar.
Out here now, instead of getting a big bowl of ice cream, now I'll go out and I got a new chainsaw the other day. So I'm out there figuring out how that works. And it's so... It's exciting. It's exciting to do some things, to have the strength and the health to go out and do things that don't involve sitting around in the house all by yourself eating some food. That's how my life has changed. I'm way more active. I have way more choices available to me.
That's something that I feel like a lot of our members could echo. And I'm really happy to hear you say that, because, you know, I think one of the cool things to hear whenever people go through a transformation and really stick with it the way that you have and have really leaned into this is, one of the things that they continually echo is that it's like a whole new world of possibilities starts to open up to you in some ways.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you start to become aware of all of the other different things that you can do, either to entertain yourself, to fill your time, or just general other things that you actually like doing, because so much of your mental energy that you may have been spending on entertaining yourself with food or finding food or stressing about food is now, you know, gone. Or if it's not gone, the importance that it once served has certainly come down a few levels. It's just always interesting to hear. You know, it's always such a cool aspect. So, Sammy, how much did you actually lose with Jason? Or I guess you're still losing?
But it was an accident. These last 20 pounds were an accident, I swear.
Hold on, say that again. The last 20 pounds were an accident?
Oh, no, the last 83 were an actual accident. I'm not sure about that. I think from the time that I started this, from where he started it, it would be like 5 pounds in that dang practice week, which was, the stuff. I think that puts it about 88 or 89 pounds.
Sammy, that's incredible.
But most of it was a fluke, right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I still can't imagine.
You can own it. It's like I've told you, it's okay to embrace the fact that you've been super successful. It's not bragging if other people are telling you for you. I mean, you've like legitimately crushed the thing, and you're, from my standpoint, I mean, even though again, I'm sitting here like ribbing on her, like I've felt her confidence grow in both the emails and the texts every time we correspond at this point. It's almost like she knows how I'm going to be reading her tone, because she's a little bit doubtful still, but I think she kind of like can make fun of herself with that hesitance at this point. And her confidence is just completely different now. I mean, like, she's not lying. She lives on a ranch and she'll send me pictures outside doing stuff. And, when I say people would believe her if she told them, that she does CrossFit every day of the week, I think she does things around the yard. I mean, obviously it's hard to mimic like real world manual labor, like moving this or that, or hauling this up a hill, or, I mean, she kind of gets after it. Like, it's almost weird for me to think about her sitting around, just eating through the summer when she's got those days there alone. So like when she just described that was pre us meeting Sammy, evidently, because that's not a vision that I can, put in my mind of her.
Right.
She just rapidly transforms so quickly, like not just physically, but obviously, mentally too. So it's been pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It just feels so good to be able to go outside, and just the heat doesn't bother me anymore. It's like, oh, there's a stump and here's an axe. Let's see what we can do with that. It's so fun. It's just been exciting out here.
What it sounds to me is almost like, in a way, like you're re-experiencing your world that you were so familiar with in a way that is completely new to you. And like, that's like, I don't know, I think that's a really profound thing to hear. And I think like that's kind of maybe a hallmark of any major transformation in a lot of ways, is we start to experience the world in our own personal world in a brand new way. But, I'd certainly say that losing how many
88-ish, I think.
88. Yeah, I don't mean to shortchange you. 88 pounds. I think it's pretty fair to experience that, It's just been awesome to hear your story here, Sammy. So I guess what I would love to know is, if you think ahead now into the next year to 2 years, the near future here, how excited are you about that now? What are some things that you might be thinking about that are on the horizon that you really want to start focusing on? And I'd kind of love to hear like both of your thoughts here, like Sammy's thoughts on herself, and Jason, I'd love to hear like what you think the future holds here.
Personally, I don't know what to expect. I did not expect this. I expected some weight loss. I expected some squishiness. I did not expect this at all. I did not. And so right now, I was just telling Jason this morning that I made a verbal commitment to a half marathon at the end of August.
Hey.
But honestly, if I accidentally get on the bus for the full marathon, I am not going to melt into a puddle. I will just take a full day, and I won't. God knows I'm going to be really careful about which bus I get on. But right now, I just don't see a limit. I don't see, if I can prove that I can do this, if I just don't know why I should limit myself to what I can imagine.
I think that's the best answer you could possibly have there.
And that's pretty much exactly how I was going to respond. She's at that point now where it's such a kind of this rare, special place to help someone get to. And I don't even want to say help someone get to, because it feels like I'm again taking too much credit here. But like, what can't she do at this point? It's not like what is she going to be capable of doing? It's a mindset thing. she's capable of, really anything at this point, anything she wants to do. And kind of like you were just saying, I know I experienced it myself, and it's something that always seems to come up with people that lose a good bit of weight and kind of take their life back. But you truly feel like you've gone from sitting in a stadium on the bleachers watching a game to, you walk down the steps and get into the game. And it's just such a cool place to be as a coach to help someone get there. I have 0.00% doubt or fear or worry of Sammy going back in the direction that we came from, because she's getting smarter every week. She's getting better at this every week. She's getting somehow more and more active. I think she could already run circles around me, even though she doesn't give herself the credit. It's her world from here on out. So whatever Sammy decides she wants to do, and watch, she's going to get on the wrong bus and do the full marathon and say it was a fluke. Just wait.
Man, wouldn't that be if that happens, then we absolutely have to do like a follow-up call just to see how your first marathon went, Sammy.
That's
oh
great.
My gosh. Well, I celebrated my Run June or whatever they called that by buying myself an SU tank top to run in. So if I do this dang marathon, you guys will have the pictures. I promise you that.
Heck yeah. That's all I could ask for then.
That's awesome.
Well, listen to you both. I so appreciate you two getting on here and talking through this all with me. And, Sammy, thank you so much for not just believing in SU, but believing in Jason, and thinking that like, all right, we don't want this to work, but we're going to give it a try. And then being willing to, hot damn, I guess this thing works a lot better than I ever thought it could. It's moments like that and transformations like this that like make this whole thing special. It really is. So thank you both. Thank you guys for coming on here. And, hopefully let's keep chipping away at all this and we can have like an update happen here in a little while, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be awesome. I hope she still considers me Michelangelo at this point, because at this point in my coaching career, I don't know that I've ever been given higher praise. So I can,
there's
if I never do another thing right,
go down.
yeah, exactly. Now I'm up there.
Yeah, you're up there with the greats.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah. Well, listen, you two have a great rest of your day, and thank you again for coming on here. And I look forward to touching base and checking in and seeing what other amazing things go on.
Thank you both.
Yeah,
and thank you, Jason. You've been a rock star in this whole process.
You are most welcome. It's been my pleasure. Thank you, guys.
So, that was awesome.
Oh, no. I figured out my video. So awesome. Sorry, guys.
Hey, that's all right.
Stronger You Radio is a broadcast wellness production powered by StrongerUFit.com. Content copyright Stronger You. Executive producer Frank Sardella. Thanks for listening to Stronger You Radio. For more information on the podcast, visit StrongerUPodcast.com.